Hello, welcome to Prompt Engineering Mastery. I'm Abby, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here with me for the next 1 hour. Whether you click play because you're curious about AI, frustrated with getting mediocre results, or you're already using AI tools but want to get so much more from them, you're in exactly the right place. Over the next 60 minutes, we're going to transform you from someone who might be wrestling with AI tools into someone who can have conversations with them that feels almost magical. And I promise you, it's easier than you think. So, what exactly are we going to be covering today? So, by the end of our session, you will be able to create prompts that get you exactly what you need. No hit or miss results anymore. You will save hours every week because you will know how to have smarter, more effective conversations with AI. So think about this. So instead of you going back and forth trying to get what you want, you will get brilliant results on the first or second try. You will be able to turn any AI tool into your personal business assistant. So whether it is ChatGPT, Claude, or whatever new tool comes along next month, the skills you will learn today will work with almost all of them. And perhaps most importantly, you'll be able to avoid those common mistakes that leave people frustrated and thinking AI doesn't just work for me. Trust me, it's not the AI. It's usually the way we're talking to it. Now, before we dive in, I'd just love to know, you know, I would like you to think about where you are right now on this prompt engineering journey. So, are you a complete beginner? Maybe you've heard of ChatGPT, but you haven't really used it much. Or perhaps you've used it once or twice, but you weren't sure what the force was about. Maybe you're just getting started. So you tried some few prompts here and there, but the results felt like hit and miss. Sometimes it's brilliant, and then sometimes it's completely off the mark. So that is there. Or perhaps you're developing, so you use AI tools regularly, maybe even often, or maybe daily, but you know that you could actually get better results if you just knew how to ask better questions. Lastly, maybe you're growing in confidence, you're already getting good results, but you want to level up and really master these skills. So, wherever you are right now is absolutely perfect. Take a moment to think about it because I promise you that we're going to come back to this at the end and you're going to be amazed at how far you have traveled in just 1 hour. Right, let's dive into part one, understanding the foundation and the different types of prompts. This is where we build the solid ground that every other thing will sit on. So, what exactly is prompt engineering in the first place? Well, I like to think of it like this. So, if AI is a brilliant assistant, and it really is, then prompt engineering is how you give them crystal clear instructions. Think about when you're working with a really good assistant or team member. So the clearer and more specific you are with your instructions, the better results you get, right? It's exactly the same with AI. So look at this example. So instead of you saying, write me some marketing copy, which is a bit like, do some work for me, you can actually just say, write 3 engaging social media posts for small business owners who struggle with time management. Make them encouraging and include a call to action, a clear call to action. Keep each post under 100 words. Can you see how detailed that is? Can you see the difference? So the second version tells the AI exactly what you want, who it's for, what tone to use, and even how long it should be. The result is that you're going to get exactly what you need first time. And here is the beautiful thing: once you understand this principle, you can apply it to absolutely anything. So, why does this actually matter for your business? Well, without without good prompts, using AI can feel frustrating. You waste time going back and forth, you get mediocre results that you can't actually use, and you end up thinking, I could have done this myself faster. But with brilliant prompts, everything changes. You get precise results that you can use immediately. You save hours every week and you start getting outcomes that are genuinely powerful for your business. Let me give you some real examples. So, customer service responses that used to take you an hour to draft, you can get them in minutes now. Content creation that actually connects with your audience and sound like your brand is sorted. Data analysis that can give you, actionable insights instead of confusing numbers is done. Problem solving that helps you make better decisions. You get it in a snap at a snap of a finger. So this isn't about replacing your human creativity and judgment. It's about amplifying it and making your life easier. Now let's talk about the six main types of prompts and when to use each one of them. So think of this as different tools in your toolbox. You wouldn't use a hammer for everything, and you don't want to use the same type of prompts for every task. So first we have instructional prompts. These are your get things done prompts. So you can easily just say, create a weekly meal plan for a family of four with $100 or £100 budget. Let me just go to ChatGPT and create the entire prompt. So I have placed the entire prompt. So we're saying create a weekly meal plan for a family of four with £100 budget. Include breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 7 days. Focus on nutritional, easy to prepare meals that kids will actually eat. Provide a shopping list organized by the supermarket sections, and then we put the different types of sections that should be expected. Then make sure at least 3 meals can be prepared in under 30 minutes. Do you see how precise that is? Now let's submit. We can see how detailed it is in its response to us, giving us everything we need immediately we need it. Now, let's go back to our lesson. So, the second one we have is creative prompts. Creative prompts are usually useful to us when we need fresh ideas. So, maybe you want to brainstorm some things. They are very brilliant when you need inspiration or you're stuck. So, it will be something like brainstorm 10 unique team building activities or something, or you're telling it to generate 15 creative content ideas for. So let's use that particular example, the one for it to create that. So we'll create a fresh chat so that we don't muddle things up. and then we paste this there. Create 15 creative, generate 15 creative content ideas for our monthly company newsletters. Our audience is small business owners in the service industry who are too busy to read long articles. So, and they will say ideas should be practical, actionable, and take less than 3 minutes to read. Include a mix of tips, case studies, and seasonal content. Make each idea feel fresh and valuable, not like recycled business ideas. Can you see that? So, advice, I mean. So, once we submit, can you see that immediately it started giving us? So, it's exactly what we needed, bite sized content ideas, all under 3 minutes to read. It followed the instructions because our prompt was clear. Now, next on the list is analytical. Analytical prompts are your problem solving tools. So it will help you understand what is happening and why. So, a situation whereby your website conversion drops, you can ask it to help you analyze that. You tell it to act in a particular way. Or maybe, okay, like an example I have here is for it to help us understand why our team's motivation, as in our team's motivation is low. So we're saying, help me understand why my team of six seem demotivated lately. Productivity is down 20%, and then there's less meeting participation and all that. And two people have already mentioned that they are feeling overwhelmed. So I've given it the context as well. I said we just implemented a new project management software, and we increased our client load. So it should now analyze the possible causes and then give us specific actions we can take to re-engage the team. So we submit. And almost immediately, because we've asked specific questions, we've given it context, and we gave it exactly what we wanted. It has given us the likely causes, and then it has given us specific actions. So there is no going around in circles. Oh, so what is the number of your team? What happened recently? No, there's not. We've given it to it. So we've given it to the AI, and the AI has used that to give us the response we need. Now we go on to number four because we have six of them. The fourth type is conversational prompts. And conversational prompts are usually very useful when we want to create natural dialogue. So it's perfect for preparing for, let's say, maybe you want to have a difficult conversation with your colleague or something. You want to simulate that conversation before it really happens. So it's like having a practice session with a friend. Let's say that, okay, maybe your team member is underperforming and you want to simulate a conversation, a difficult conversation with them. You can use conversational prompts. So I'm going to place a conversational prompt in the chat so that we could see how it looks. So help me prepare for a difficult conversation with an underperforming team member. And I mentioned that she had missed our project deadlines in the last month. Our work quality has declined, and she's normally excellent, but she seemed to be distracted, and that I want to address the performance issues, but I still want to be supportive. So you should give me a conversation framework with specific phrases to use and responses I could use as well. Can you see that? It has given us a structured but empathetic conversation framework that we can use. So it has given us that discussion guide and told us why we should use that particular. It also told us why we should use the particular tone. It said so that would lower our defenses and all that, so that way we know that we shouldn't use certain things. It told us don't use you've been slacking. Go from a place of curiosity but without judgment. Can you see how detailed this is? And that's because we gave it very clear instructions. Now, the fifth one is the role based prompts. And we use role based prompts when we want expert perspective. We want to borrow expertise and get insights we might not have considered. So we are telling it to act as a particular, maybe professional, and then we're trying to get it to give us a particular result based on it being that professional. So let's say that we want it to act as an experienced marketing director. I'm going to just switch to, let's go to ChatGPT now and then place this prompt where I'm saying that you should act as an experienced marketing director with extensive experience in B2B services, and that you should review our social media strategy for our accounting firm. We post 3 times a week on LinkedIn. We share client success story. We run quarterly webinars, and we told it our goal as well that we want to attract small business owners, who need bookkeeping and task services. You should give us specific recommendation for improvement. Can you see? Very detailed. And you should identify our biggest missed opportunities. Because it has taken on that role as the experienced marketing director, it can actually give us this. So we've submitted and it's already on the way, giving us exactly what we need. So it has taken note of what we are doing well. It's now coming up with key areas for improvement in a very detailed format. Can you see? Telling us exactly what we've missed. And then he has even told us the missed opportunities, that we don't have any clear content, clear funnel strategy. Now that it has given us this, can you compare it to when you just write that, okay, just give me recommendations for my social media strategy. I'm not being clear, I'm not being specific. I'm just giving it a random task to do, and it's going to give me, it's just like it's a garbage in, garbage out situation we will be getting when we do that. Now, finally, the last on the list is chain prompts, and we use it for complex multi-step tasks. So you are telling it maybe first do this and then do that. And basically we use it to break big projects into manageable pieces. So we want to use that to understand its process flow, the step by step process that it would use to get us the results we are asking for. An example of something like this would be, okay, maybe we want to change our customer onboarding process, and we want it to review what we've been doing so far, review industry standards, and then use that to analyze our own processes. So I'm going to be giving it that task now. I'm opening a new chat and then I'm saying I want to completely overhaul our customer onboarding process for our consulting firm. First, research best practices for professional services onboarding and identify 5 key elements of excellent client experiences. Then analyze our current process and identify the biggest gaps. Finally, create a detailed 30-day onboarding timeline with specific touch points, the templates we need, and then responsibility assignment for our team of four. Present it as an implementation roadmap. Can you imagine that? So we gave it that very clear instruction. So it has given us, oh, it's at it again. So we had to retry. These things happen with AI, with technology in general. So now that we retried, it has given us that complete onboarding overhaul. Can you see? Went from part one, part two, part three. So it was a systematic approach it took to answer our questions, which was what we wanted. And on and on and on is going with it because you told it to also create a 30-day onboarding timeline and you should present it as an implementation roadmap. And that is exactly what it's doing as we speak. So this is just the joy of doing the right thing with, you know, prompt engineering. The key is matching the right type of prompts to what you're trying to achieve. And don't worry, this will become second nature to you quite quickly. So let's put this into practice now. So I want you to look at these four business challenges and think about which type of prompts would work best for each one. A, I need help writing a prompt for a new client. B, I want to understand why my team seems demotivated. C, I need 20 creative ideas for our company newsletter. D, I want to completely overhaul our customer onboarding process. Take about 30 minutes to think about your answer. There is absolutely no pressure here. It's about starting to think in terms of different prompt types. Pause the video if you need a bit more time to consider each one. Ready? Let's see how you did. So, A, writing a proposal that is instructional. You want the AI to complete a specific task for you. B, understanding why your team seems demotivated. That is analytical. You want to understand why. So, you need it to examine a situation and help you understand what might be happening. C, 20 creative ideas for your newsletter. That is definitely creative. You're looking for fresh inspiration and ideas. D, overhauling your customer onboarding. That is a chain prompt because it's complex and needs multiple steps. How did you do? If you got some wrong, don't worry. Don't worry at all. That is exactly why we're here. The more you practice thinking about which tool fits which job, the more natural it becomes. And honestly, sometimes there isn't one right answer. You might use a creative prompt to brainstorm ideas for that proposal, and then an instructional prompt to actually write it. Up next, we're going to be discussing the perfect prompt formula. See you on the other side. That's the part two of this lesson.